Hi guys, it is now week 24 since I applied, and this week we are going to talk a little bit, well, a lot, about insurance. Now, when you do the Disney Cultural Exchange program, health insurance is mandatory. You have to have insurance for the entire length of your program or you will not be able to go. Disney used to have a system where they just had certain requirements and you had to find a company that would fulfill those requirements. Now you have to use the one that they sent you. It's a company called HTH Worldwide who work with Disney and have special policies that fulfill the requirements of the Disney program, and even like they call them like Disney Plan 3 or whatever. There are 3 plans that you have to choose from. One I think is $97 and some amount of cents a month. The other one is $104 and some amount of cents a month. And the last one is $122 and some amount of cents a month. Now, you pay for whichever plan you purchase completely, like in one lump sum. It does say per month, but you don't pay per month. You just pay like whatever the amount is times 5 or times 6 or however many months you're paying for. Now, if you are doing the program now, like you're applying now, the program is now 6 months and then you apply to extend. So when you're buying your insurance, you buy 6 months worth of insurance, and if you apply to extend and you're successful, then it is so easy to just buy more insurance and extend your policy. But we'll talk a little bit more about that later. First, what we're going to talk about is how you actually do it. Disney will send you an email entitled like mandatory health insurance or something like that. In the email there are a couple of important things. The first thing is that up the top in bold it says you have to have insurance for the duration of your stay in the United States. Not just from your program dates, but from when you arrive in the United States to when you leave the United States. So it's probably a good idea to work out your travel plans to Disney before you actually purchase your insurance. The second important thing is a list of all of the requirements of the insurance. This isn't too important because HTH, like I said, has 3 specific plans that fulfill all of those requirements, so you don't really have to pay too much attention to them because you actually physically cannot choose a plan that doesn't have those requirements. The third and fourth things in the email are kind of the same thing. The third item that's important in the email is the link to the HTH website. And the fourth thing is a phone number for HTH if you're having any problems. Now, the batch of emails they sent to us this round actually didn't have the link or the phone number in them. So if your email comes and it doesn't have a link in it, don't stress. Just search up HTH Worldwide Disney and it will come up. It's like the first Google result, and the web page address is like www.hthworldwide.com/Disney. Like they have their own section on the website, and that's where they display the 3 policies, and you can see the main like points that the policies cover. They didn't include the phone number in our emails either, but the phone number was not that difficult to find. You could just Google it, or also if you purchase a policy, their phone number will be in the confirmation email. So if you've already purchased a policy, you've got that information in your records somewhere. Once you've read over the email, just click on the link if there is a link, or just Google HTH Worldwide Disney and you will come across a page that has the 3 different selections, the $97 one, the $104 one, and the $122 one. So what you need to do is basically just read over the different policies and decide which one is best for you. I personally went with the $104 one because I don't foresee myself requiring prescription medication. I don't take prescription medication here. I doubt I'm going to start doing it over there. So I decided to go with the mid-range one because as far as I could tell, the prescription medication was the only difference between the 2 policies. Once you've read over the different policies and picked one, there's a button that says purchase policy or buy policy or whatever. It's a big button, and you just click on it and then it'll come up with a page that's just a few terms and conditions. You just need to read over them and click accept, and then it'll come up with a page that's what you need to be able to progress to the next stage. The first thing it says is your dates. Like I said before, your policy needs to cover you from the day that you enter the United States to the day you leave the United States. So you need to make sure that you've got those dates and you know what those days are so you can enter them. Then underneath it says that you need the Disney campus address. At this point, I got kind of freaked out. I was like, oh my god, I don't know the Disney campus address. Have they sent us the Disney campus address? But it actually says the Disney campus address underneath. It's like Disney campus address and then a little colon or semicolon or whichever one it is. And then it has the Disney housing address, which is the Gables, it's like 8050 Gables Commons Drive or something like that. Obviously, when you get to this, you'll have it there. Your dates are something that you need to know, and then they provide you with the Disney campus address, but you can't get back to it once you proceed to the next page, so you need to just write the Disney campus address down so that you've got that when you need to put it in. So then you can proceed to the next page, which just asks you for a whole bunch of personal details. One thing to note when you're filling out your details is the only details they require are the ones that are in bold. Like, it'll say name in bold, and those are the only details they require. One thing that came up repeatedly when people were purchasing their insurance was student ID number. For one, you don't have a student ID number. For two, it's not bolded, so it's not a requirement. Don't worry about it if it's not bolded. Some of the personal detail stuff is not required, and if it's not required and you don't have it, then you don't need to worry. It's all cool. It'll ask you for your name and date of birth, the Disney campus address, your email address, your home country and your host country, and your arrival and departure dates. Then you will be able to proceed to the next page, which is payment. So you just put in your payment information and you go to the next one. Then it'll have a confirmation page which you need to print out, and you're nearly done. You're like halfway there. So once you've printed out the confirmation, you can just quit out of that window, you'll be fine. And then almost immediately you receive a email from HTH Worldwide that's basically the same information as is on the confirmation page, but this one tells you to wait for another email so that you can log on to the HTH member website and print a copy of your insurance ID card. You wait a little bit and then you receive your second email from HTH Worldwide. This email actually has a really detailed set of instructions, and the first instruction is to print out the email. So that's the first thing you need to do, obviously, is print out the email and then follow the instructions. The second instruction is to follow the link to the HTH member login site. It'll ask you for your certificate number, which will be included in the top of the email that you just received, your name and your policy end date. It'll then ask you to confirm your login details, so your email address and password, and then you just need to confirm your address, which is the Disney Gables Commons Drive. And then you'll receive another email. So many emails. And you can click on that one, print your ID card, and then it'll take you to a place where there's just like it lists like your policy, and then a lot of actions you can take, and one of those says print docs, and then under docs you can print a copy of your ID card, which you then print, and then you can cut it out and fold it or whatever. Mine's still not cut out because I wanted it to be able to sit safely in my folder. I'm going to have to cut it out later. And then you've bought your insurance, and congratulations, you're done. If you make a mistake, which I did, fixing that is really, 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 really easy if you get a hold of the right person. I emailed them first and explained the situation, and I got nowhere. I called the number in one of the emails, got a hold of a lovely, lovely gentleman by the name of Colin, and I explained to him the situation. He sorted it out so quickly. He was just like, okay, we'll just extend your dates here, extend your dates there, and then I paid the extra money for the dates that I'd added, and bam, we were done. Thank you, ma'am. The only thing I had to do was print out the new email they sent me, print out the new ID card they sent me, and that was it. problem solved. Which I guess was annoying at the time, but it proves to me how easy it will be to extend my policy if I do extend my program. There are a lot of people in the Facebook group when the insurance emails came out worrying, oh, is it going to be difficult to extend if I extend my program? Should I just buy a whole year now because it'll be easier? Don't do that, okay? Just buy the 6 months, because if you do extend your program, it'll take you 20 minutes to get extra insurance. It's so easy. I really hope this video helped some people out there. Good luck to anyone who's purchasing your insurance. I promise you it's not as scary as it sounds. And that's really it. That's all I have to say about insurance today. I can't remember what next week is. Next week will just have to be a surprise. Alright, bye guys.